I'm Kellen Adams, and this is your school community update. In addition to the important interactions and experiences that take place in our classrooms and school buildings on a weekly basis, there's a lot of work that happens behind the scenes in order to deliver a wide range of educational and support services to our 3,600 students, as well as employ a staff of approximately 600 dedicated employees. The behind-the-scenes work is often at its peak in the spring and summer months, as we are simultaneously planning ahead for the next school year, while still carrying out the end of the present academic year. Our Human Resources Department is actively interviewing candidates for hire for some positions that are needed immediately, with others that won't officially join us until August. Today, I'd like to highlight one particular example that has been taking place for the last several months. As a follow-up to the adoption of our new strategic plan that was adopted in November, we convened a behavior management task force led by our special education department. Our objective is to develop and strengthen connections designed to improve student attendance, positive behavior, and mental wellness. To be clear, this effort is intended to address all student behaviors, not just any singular grade level or subgroup. One of the biggest concerns throughout all of public education today is escalated student behaviors and disciplinary consequences, and that is certainly also true in Leavenworth USD 453. Our school community has voiced the concern repeatedly throughout the course of this year, and our administrative team and solutions-focused individuals have been researching and brainstorming a number of different options that could be considered in our district. During the strategic planning process, as well as listening tours held in each of our buildings, it is apparent that one thing that is lacking is a consistent behavior plan across all grade levels that is followed with vigilance. In some ways, each of our school buildings have been doing things a bit differently, and we have come to a place where more continuity is needed. Our Behavior Management Task Force has been meeting since January, with representatives from every building and academic level within our district. The group includes teachers, administrators, coaches, school psychologists, and board-certified behavior analysts. They were given the challenge of researching, studying, and recommending a district-wide behavior management system that both addresses our current challenges, but also results in optimal learning outcomes for all students. We have a lot of student mobility that takes place in Leavenworth throughout a K-12 career, and it is not uncommon for our students to transfer in and transfer out during one academic year, or perhaps even switch schools entirely. Thus, getting our teaching, counseling, and administrative teams to agree upon this very complex topic of what one behavior and classroom methodology would work best for us, it takes time. And I am so grateful that we have so many staff members truly dedicated to this cause. The aim is not merely consensus and selection of a program, but also effective implementation with continuous assessment and evaluation. Ultimately, long-term suspensions and expulsions are not the ideal solution for our most escalated behaviors. While it may help to avoid or prevent classroom disruptions in the short term, eventually the time off will have been served and those students will return back to us. We need behavioral levels of response and consequences that are structured and deliberate to help to redirect and address situations before they become so extreme that they are no longer manageable in a traditional school setting. We'll be sharing more of the work of this group in future months. The task force is actively looking at content and reviewing data and beginning to rate different systems and products. Initial recommendations will be made to our Board of Education at their meeting on April 15th, with a follow-up presentation scheduled for the May board meeting, with hopes of receiving approval of an agreed-upon behavior management model. At that time, we would structure training and professional development to be facilitated during June and July in advance of the 24-25 school year. As I hope that our community will appreciate, our schools can only attempt to control student behaviors for approximately 7 hours a day while they are on campus. There are a number of examples of students arriving at school still processing situations that have transpired overnight or during a weekend. Partnering with our families to help us reinforce positive behavior is extremely important to our shared success, with the ultimate goal of keeping our students in school. This includes home-to-school communications and sharing of information, so that all parties involved are working collaboratively to support the individual needs of our students. I pledge to continue to provide updates on this topic, as it has impacts on our overall academic outcomes, as well as on the recruitment and retention of our staff. As always, thank you for your interest in Leavenworth Public Schools, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.